What's up, guys? Joe here. Just wanted to give you guys an update of my tarantulas. As you can tell, we are staring at the bottom of our sink in our guest bathroom. Yes, those are all my tarantulas' cages there. No longer keeping them at work. They're at home with me now. I decided to bring them home. Unfortunately, my wife is arachnophobic, so the deal is they can be at home as long as they're down there where nobody really sees them throughout the day. And yeah, just making a short update video, letting you guys know what's going on with my the 8-legged friends at this point. And without further ado, let's get going with the tarantula tour and update. Okay, so first up is Cairo, my 5.5, almost 6-inch Grammostola rosea. She was my first tarantula. Had her for a year before I started collecting anymore, and she made me to fall in love with the hobby, and ever since her, it's been a pretty cool ride. And I really like this girl. She's huge, very pretty. One of my favorite teas, even though they can be a bit finicky when they eat. Love it. Love it. Favorite. She's so big and beautiful. She's a sweet girl too. She's not too aggressive at all. I know they have their moments, but I handle her a lot. When I do handle my teas, she's one of them. Anyways, she's a cute girl. Oh, there she goes. Never has once ever kicked hairs at me. And I believe she only threw a threat posture once. Alright, moving on. And next up, of course, is Redalia, my Brachypelma smithi, also known as the Mexican red knee. Beautiful, beautiful specimen. I'd say she's about 4 inches now. She has been due for a while. She's not really eating lately and moving rather slow. Or she just doesn't want to eat crickets. But this is her little enclosure here. See her staying back there most of the time though, so. I was having trouble finding her the proper hide, so I found this piece of PVC piping that I thought might suffice. Hopefully she gets into it soon, but yeah, there she is. Hopefully she molts soon. She is one very pretty spider, also very docile. This is probably second most held of my teas. And like I said, I hardly ever hold them. I don't really like to. I know they don't enjoy it. But if I get a chance to, she's definitely on that list. Alright, next one. Next up is my H. lividum, the cobalt blue tarantula, one of the most defensive / aggressive of teas, but in my opinion, one of the most beautiful of all of them. They have an awesome blue metallic tone to them with gray on their abdomen and carapace. Really awesome looking tea. As you know, old world specimens, more aggressive. They don't have eradicating hair, so they tend to use their fangs more. So very careful with this tea. Lucky for me, she burrows down in the corner, all the way down this corner, and to the side where I can keep a very close eye on her. As I said before in one of my previous videos, I found that this species really doesn't require too much space around their opening of their burrow, as long as they have deep substrate and it stays nice and moist. That's all you really need for them. One trick that I like to use is live plants. It does increase humidity in there, and this species does require higher humidity. So I do also mist regularly if needed, but yeah, she's a great Weber and digger, and she's very happy right now. That's a little insight into my cobalt blue. Alright, next one. And up next is Tigra. My grandma stole her Polkapies, or Polkripes, which I believe is in Primo also. She's doing pretty good. She has a nice little burrow here. She has an entrance to her cave there, and then she made another one over here. Pretty ingenious. She seems to live pretty comfortably. As you can tell, I don't know if you can see her abdomen's starting to get dark there. So she is due to molt any minute now. And also one of my favorite teas, because she will be very big and great appetite. Very good looking tea. So that's Tigra, my chocolate golden tarantula. Alright, and that's her enclosure. And on to the next one. And of course, here is another one of my treasured beauties here. This is my Brachypelma albopilosum, the Honduras curly hair, who's actually having dinner right now. Sorry, I didn't take the takedown on film, but she just molted a week, 2 weeks ago actually, and she's been coming along just fine. She has grown so much. When I first got her, she was the size barely of a nickel. Now she's pushing 3.5 inches. And I'd say 6 months, maybe 7 months. Awesome tarantula though. Doing really good. She hasn't really started going into her burrow there. She will eventually. She's webbing it up around it now. She's doing really good. Alright guys, next one. Next up, we have Deja, my Avicularia versicolor. 2-inch, 2.5-inch sling. She's having a blast in her enclosure. As you can see, she's webbing it up really good. She eats very well. And she's coming along really nice. Starting to get a little bit of adult coloration there. Keep saying this, but this is another one of my favorites. In actuality, every single one of my teas is my favorite. There. I can't say none. But she is awesome. I love this tarantula and their colors. Of course, yeah, Deja, Avicularia versicolor. Awesome Weber. My first of my arboreal tarantulas. Alright. There she goes. Little movement there. One of my favorite things about them is watching this species walk like they're walking in mud. They're awesome little teas. And she's coming along perfectly, guys. Alright. On to the next one. And next up here we have Brucilla, named after Bruce Banner for being green. Her being green, I named her Brucilla. Hoping it's a girl. If it's a boy, he will be named Bruce. And yeah, as you guessed it, Psalmopoeus cambridgei, Trinidad chevron tarantula. I recently rehoused her because I was starting to see a little bit of mold growing in the cork bark that I put in there, so out of fear of her not being healthy, I decided to rehouse. And I put some fresh substrate in there. Use a little piece of wood, a little tree trunk kind of thing, and she actually is doing a pretty good job at whipping this thing up. She has like a tunnel going upwards. She's working her way up. Starts from the bottom, goes up here, through that tunnel, and then manages to end up on top with a piece of wood. So, another one of my favorites, of course. Great eaters, super long legs, ridiculously fast, but above all, beautiful coloration. I can't wait for her to be adult and the orange to pop out more in her legs and on her feet. Anyways, on to the next one. And last but absolutely not least, this girl is very hard to see. It's my Psalmopoeus erminia, the Venezuelan sun tiger. There's also a nice little burrow here. Sorry. All this is all web, all this was all web. This is the level of the floor. And she dug down into here. So she hangs out there most of the time. Hardly ever see her out. This is another one that I believe is in premolt. Her abdomen is really shiny lately. And she sealed up her enclosure, or her web here. The tunnels to try to keep everything out, so she's down there somewheres. Anyways, hopefully we get to see her soon in her fresh new skin, new colors, new size. So pretty cool. That makes 8 of them. Those are all my teas. And that's what their cabinet here looks like. Once I get my my man cave, or we upgrade to a place with an extra room that I can keep as an office / tea room, they'll have a better place to be displayed at. But for the moment, this will do. Keep my B. Smithii and Rosea in this. Them being the biggest, keeps it locked in also, and get to more efficiently keep them warm. There's a small heating pad right between these two critter keepers and the Exoterra enclosure here, so that I'm not heating the plastic or the glass itself. I'm just heating the area in between them, more evenly disperse the heat. As well as with this is for my higher humidity teas, my two Psalmopoeus, Cobalt Blue, and my Avic Versicolor. There's a heating pad under this tank itself. So these do not come in contact with the pad itself. It's under the glass that they sit on. So again, just heating the space under the tank so that the heat more evenly disperses. Give them a lava lamp there to party to. Actually, it's there for an additional heat source to heat the entire cabinet in here, because it can tend to get pretty cold. The lamp and the light back there are all in an automatic timer here, so that they have night and day cycles. And yeah, that's the updated tea video and / tour. Hopefully we have some molts next time, and maybe a couple takedowns. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I really appreciate all your time, all the subscriptions, all the comments. You guys are awesome. And again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Oh, and of course, one last thing. For the safety of my children and of my teas themselves, we have a cabinet lock here. This thing won't really go past that much, so temporary. I'm going to get a nice padlock in the future, but a little bit of tea and child safety there. So, alright. Thanks, guys.